us. You can't even like trying to make people. We didn't even play the song in that video. I think all we did was just look up the lyrics of a song that he and I were looking. Us. Hold up. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, y'all. Live and direct. What is up? It is I, your host, WILHELMINA, Willa C. Williams Bay. Got my co-host for tonight, Sister FAYE in the house. What up?
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
How you doing, sis? How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Just glad to be here with you.
Yes, yes. Ladies' night, as I call it. We got a ladies' night edition of the show, y'all. So we here. Try to, hold it down for our brothers, our co-host, Yay, and brother Oliver, but technical difficulties that they having on their end. But never fear, because your sisters are here. We got y'all. Drop squad. We got y'all. As always, baby. As long as you got me, you got everything that you need, because I'ma hold it down for you. And I know the rest of my squad, like Sister FAYE, is gonna hold it down with me. So we here. We here for y'all. Okay, so let's get into it, sis. Like me and you were saying in the pre-show, or what I'll call, our little off-screen, offset pre-show, talking about these topics. We got into about I was telling you about, you asked me earlier what my thoughts were on the debate and what's been going on in the news and everything like that. And so I gave you an update. The latest thing that had seen, excuse me, was a clip of these young millennials. Our young, not just any millennials though, people. Our young generation, the millennial generation of our young Moorish Americans out here. I'm not gonna call nobody the B word. And no, I'm not talking about a little dog, a female dog, when I say the B word, people. Let's be clear. Those of y'all that have been rocking with us at the Drop Squad, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what it means. Y'all know how it go. So, our young folks out here are not, they letting us know they're not to be played with. So now it warmed my little heart to see that. Just like I told Sister FAYE. So to see our young people out here in action and they letting it be known, like, no, we are not going to be called black. And yes, we are paying attention politically. We're not just listening to the media. That says something to me. I can't speak for nobody else. But I will say it spoke to me. It got my little heart palpitating out here.
I hear you now.
You hear me? So yeah, let me see. What are your thoughts with it? Because we did have a little bit of a live show debate watch party the other night. For those of y'all not up on what the conversation is, we're talking about all things, political wise, whatever, especially the debate. That's the topic at the moment. The past presidential final, as they say, final presidential debate. So what were your thoughts, sis? What are your feelings on it?
Well, these are uh perilous times, as the old folks will say.
Mm-hmm.
We are we are really in this is the end game. And
And
we have to really look at it as the end game, because this election, whether we know it or not, it's going to impact us more than any election has impacted us in probably the last 100 years.
Indeed.
At
Indeed.
least 50, at least 50. And
Mm-hmm.
so just got to make it very clear that, you know, um, we are coming into our own. um we are becoming more business oriented.
Mm-hmm.
The young people ain't feeling working 9 to 5. They
Right.
see how prosperous it is to have your own online business. They see
Mm-hmm.
how prosperous it is, to do it for yourself and not have to clock in. And
Right.
I'm just that they see that as an option for them. That this is a great time to be in as well, because
Mm-hmm.
young people, are seeing, hey, we could do this ourselves. We could be our own captains of industry,
Right.
and that's a good place for our youth to be. That's a good place for us to be as a community. So I'm glad to see that.
Indeed. Indeed. It's about time, y'all. It is just really about time that we get our shit together. For real. Because I remember being in high school. I'll never forget one of our teachers saying that, yo, y'all got to take things serious in life because the time is coming when the torch is going to be passed down to y'all, and y'all are going to be the ones who are in charge and making decisions for me when I get old. And I remember a lot of my teachers used to say that type of stuff, and now that's one of the things that I think about on a daily these days, especially in these political times, but more so every day. That's something that's always on the front and back end of my mind, side to side as well. It's just there, like we are at the point where the torch has been passed to us, and I believe that's what they were kind of alluding to when Obama ran the first time. They were running on that whole hope ticket where they played the race card back then. So yeah, in a way, I definitely feel you on that, sis. And it's the truth. And I feel it's like we always say, it's what a time to be alive. Because we are at the point where we are seeing, do you know who your friends really are? You feel me?
Right.
Like the war is coming. The war is inevitable, as they say.
Oh yeah, it's here.
But before the
It's
war
here.
starts, do you know who your friends are and who your friends are
Right.
during and after? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand perfectly what you're saying, and if you are a person
Mm-hmm.
who participate in voting,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very you should make sure that you understand the issues and not just take what mainstream media is telling you about the issues. you
Right.
know if you're going to participate, anything that you participate in, you should have a understanding of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people, they have lost focus on, certain things about politics. Let's just say, one of the things that Trump brought up, that Biden was a senator for 47 years and he was a
Mm-hmm.
vice president for 8 years.
Right.
And let's look at him being a senator for 47 years. How was he a senator for 47 years? I thought you only could be a senator for 2 4-year terms. But I mean, that's just me.
Right. And I'm
That's
like,
what I
what is the timeline on this stuff?
thought.
Because I
And
see
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
thought.
them have been in there for decades. And I'm like, what
Right.
the hell is going on in
Been a
Washington?
senator for decades. And okay, so we're gonna look at that. So just throwing that out there. So you've been a senator for 47 years and you was vice president for 8 years. And Trump called him on it. He said you didn't do nothing for the 47 the 50 plus years. So you gonna wait till you become president to find decide to do something.
Exactly. Like what's really good out here in these DC
Yeah.
streets? You know what I'm saying?
So I just thought that was a great point that Trump brought out. And another thing that I also, paid attention to is he called them you politicians, or
Mhm.
like excluding himself from the politics arena. Well, Trump is a businessman,
Right.
and he came in with a businessman mindset. You know, make America great again is about becoming an exporter country instead of a import consumer country. Right now, we don't have any major industries. And I don't know about y'all, but if you've been going to the grocery store
Mhm.
lately, these
Mhm.
shelves looking kind of, they moving stuff around like
Christmas and
musical
everything is
chairs.
coming. I ain't even got to Thanksgiving yet. It
Okay. It's musical chairs up in there that in them grocery stores. So we have to
really
kind of
is.
looking at these things,
Hmm.
I would say.
And we in Arkansas, people. Me and my sister, we are in Arkansas. So she not lying when she say this. Now we don't know how it is in other states of our viewers and listeners, but from what we know, me and her, I can very much attest to what my sister is saying right now. It's crazy out here. I'm still not over what y'all did out there um at the beginning of the year with the toilet paper.
Okay.
I'm still not over that. You know, like
I didn't understand that concept, but
I did.
rushing to the store for toilet paper, I could have seen meat and canned goods and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
the way they was taking up toiletries was just, you know, I mean, how much boo booing did y'all plan on doing at home? I don't know, but I guess
Right.
that was a panic reaction. You know what I'm saying?
The
It was more.
thing is, not to cut you off. The thing is, I'm sorry, but the thing is, I didn't know that the COVID was supposed to have like a diarrhea type of thing going with it. I didn't know that.
Well, they didn't announce that until later on,
Yeah.
that was going to be. I mean, they kept adding symptoms. We have to remember that the symptoms kept getting, grander and wider as it went on. You
Right.
know, and this is why I hope young people start our young people start going into the sciences, because if we were more into the sciences and invested in science and knew how to look through a telescope more as a community, then we wouldn't have to rely on other people to tell us if it's this or if it's that. We could rely on our own scholars and our own medical doctors to
Right.
provide us with information so we can make better judgments about our health. We should
Right.
never get to, we have gotten to the point where we depend on another people to tell us, what's what. And so, you know,
Right.
we've been put at a disadvantage.
Right. We really have. And it kind of worries us, you know. Well, I know that the media wants to make us worry about this, but on the other hand, because we as women, at least me and you do, Faye, we know what astrology is, and we pay attention to everything when the stars is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just an instinct we have as women, you know. And the more that I see things going on day to day, the one thing that always like catches my attention and reels me back in, and not jumping off the cliff in the deep end edge that everybody else is doing first whenever the media comes on and tells them about something, I have to remind myself and remember and say, Willa, don't even jump into it, because remember, everything in life is a test. We are still being tested at the end of the day. Even in the end times, everything is a test. So don't even let them manipulate your emotions and allow them to use your emotions against you, because what you see happening is just a test. Calm down. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? And I've been like that. And I've been saying to myself, yo, this whole COVID thing, it just reminds me of just a one big ass test event, because for years we've seen Hollywood do nothing but make films about natural disasters and the world ending, you know. So just thinking on those scales, I look back on things, and then I look at what the media is trying to hand us again every day. They're trying to scare us into something. I'm looking at the playbook as they've handed it to us over the years. You know, everything they've got a movie or at least a TV show about every type of disaster you can comprehend or think of, even the shit that you haven't thought of yet. And I said to myself, I said, this is nothing but pre-World War VII tactics. Because like I said, people, all the time, we've already lived through World War III. And so we've gone through World War IV, five, six, and now we're going into seven. And you got to realize that it just is what it is, people. Not because I'm saying so, it's because of how things have played out. I'm just looking at the facts, you know, as we all should be, just looking at everything as it has happened, you know, and taken place lately, you know. So, like,
Mm.
when I look at, you know, what the news is saying, and I understand what you mean, Faye, when you said, when you asked me earlier what's been going on, because you don't keep up with the news, and I was like, yo, my sister get it, because she know that they don't mean no good for none of us. You know, the media, they got this whole thing where you should listen to us and get your information. We know, we got contacts, we got Dr. Fauci's and Bill Gates numbers, and if anybody knows, it's us. We're gonna know first. So tune in to us so we can tell you what to be scared of and not to be scared of. You
Correct.
know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I when it first happened, I wasn't even scared because I already knew what was up. You just know, because think about it, people. It's very simple that this is all a setup by the Democrats. Because just think about it. They've said previously that they blame Trump for the 200,000 people that have died supposedly from COVID, right? Okay. Well, you're mad at him, or at least you saying that you're mad at him, and you blame him for that many deaths of people. But at the same time, you are the same party that was impeaching the man for 2 months. You began the impeachment process on this man at the end of 2019, December. And so January and February come and you're still trying to do this impeachment on him. How can someone concentrate, excuse me, how can someone concentrate on how to protect their people as president when you're putting your own presidential leader in the throes of an impeachment case that has no
Mm.
basis whatsoever? So who are y'all trying to fool? Are y'all trying to say that we stupid as people because you don't want us remembering the dirt that y'all are doing first? What's going on?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? How is it you're going to try to pass off the blame to this man for this biological sickness that's come to American shores, but at the same time, y'all were in the ring with this man trying to impeach him. Were
Mm.
you not? Were we not in the
Well,
throes of an impeachment during December of 2019 and January 2020? I mean, what's really good? You know?
well, I don't think they even know what's really good, Willa. I'm
Hmm.
just interested to in seeing what is about to transpire November the 3rd. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm totally curious and I'm interested. Everything is pointing to this is gonna be some kind of fiasco. Okay.
Right.
So we just gonna see, what's really gonna happen. I know people's emotions, they're gonna be in their feelings, emotions are gonna be running high. We do have a blue moon on Halloween, October the 31st. So they're gonna be crunk now. People are gonna
Think
be
so?
gonna be
They're gonna get
ready.
caught on them.
They're gonna get crump on us. So I'm just really curious what is going to transpire. What do we have to look forward to?
Right.
And I say that in a positive way, even though I see a lot of things that's going on in the world. We're still gonna have positivity and
Mhm.
hope that it's gonna work out for the best.
Right. That's one of the things I'm also looking in on, sis. Like, let's say that Trump wins this election. What else? Because if the Democrats are willing to throw out an infection on us when they don't get their way on the impeachment, and the next card that they willing to play is this biological weapon known as COVID. And yes, they are the ones behind this, people. Make no mistake about it. Just read between the lines for yourself. Read between the lines. Just look over things that have happened this year. It's not a coincidence, people. It's really not. Just think about it very quickly. Well, not too quickly, but you know what I'm saying. It's there. The evidence is there. Just take the time to do your due diligence and look back on things, and really you'll see what I mean. This whole thing has to be democratic, tactics, and they have done that. So if they're trying to say that they blame the president for the death of over 200,000 people, how many people? Then ask yourself, people. Say this: people die every day, right? Every day. How many people die in a month worldwide? Well, not worldwide. Just say how many people die in the United States every day for a month. How many people around the country? That is almost the same number if you think about it, and especially if you think in multiple months. So, is it really Trump's fault that people are dying? The 200 and whatever 100,000 people that they're trying to put on this man. Is it really Trump's fault? Or is that just nature? Is that just everyday life? Because, like I said, people die every day. So, if we're going to really get into that arena about doing math problems, let's be realistic here. That's all I'm saying. You know, second thing, the reason I say that this is a Democrat thing, I believe it is because just look at it. The man that y'all hate, y'all do not like this man. He beat your candidate that you wanted to run, and that's Hillary Clinton, right? He beat her. He becomes president. Even at the inauguration, y'all got sour faces, like you got a bunch of lemons in your mouth all at once. you know,
Oh my goodness.
y'all just out here just sour faced it. Even at the inauguration. So let's fast forward. We in the fourth year of this man's presidency, on an election year, and you're still pissed off that he's in office. You hate this man. So just really think about how much you all really hate this man. All because what? Because your crooked candidate, who was the one that was actually in Russia's back pocket, not the other way around. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Let me just let that simmer for a second. Okay.
Well, it's just perilous times, sis. And I just implore anybody who has a business ideal or, who has a special talent. I don't care if you can read music, play music, sing music. Those are profitable fields. Your
Right.
hobby, any hobby that you have, can be turned into a lucrative business. And I believe that's what people need to be really focused on at this time.
Right.
As a people, we have gotten away from legacy and inheritance and leaving our prodigy something so we don't have to start from scratch every single time. And we have really become a consumer people that consume. We haven't put back anything or very little, and that's because most of the time we've been working or you know what have you,
Mhm.
trying to take care of our families. We've suffered a lot of issues. And these are the issues that we need to start focusing on for ourselves. We need to start focusing on our issues as a community.
Right.
And that's the time for us to do that. We need to start banding together and stop bickering and fighting amongst each other about stuff that doesn't really matter. You know,
Yes.
we
Legacy.
really need to learn how to do. We need to really learn how to love instead of hate. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? We need to stop, talking about each other and putting each other down. These are, mentally slave mentalities that some of us have. And we need to start building our own. We need to start thinking about how we can put our foot in the arena of economics.
Got yeah. Absolutely. It's about business, people. Business. And that's another thing that's kind of got me perturbed at the moment. People are mad at Ice Cube. Like, why are y'all mad at him? What has Trump done for to make y'all just man? It's
Well,
business at the end of the
I
day.
believe it's just the mainstream media, and most of us don't realize that this is Shakespeare. All the world's a stage. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And they keep forgetting that these people get on TV and put on a show. Everything is scripted from what they're gonna wear to what they're gonna say. Um, they talk in code a lot of times, and people don't even understand what they're saying. They don't understand simple words that we normally think that we know, and these people out here using, and we really don't know what they're talking about, but we assume that we do, and that's
Mm-hmm.
part of pride. And when people come to us with a different perspective that's not the mainstream point of view, then you crazy.
Right.
But and they not even gonna listen to it. Well, Trump did. I don't care what he did. He prejudiced. I just want him out. Why do you want him out? You're saying give some bullet points besides he prejudiced.
And
I
racist.
mean, well, racist. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, give another bullet point besides that. Because if you're talking about racism, you need to really take a good look at your boy Biden.
Whoa.
We're gonna talk about racism and prejudice. He called you super predators out here. Well, that was actually Hillary that called people super predators. But
Right.
he has called people predators. Uh, thugs and all of that when he was pushing his crime bill, and then
Mm-hmm.
people not even look. But you talking about, Trump. You see pictures with Trump all hooked up on, melanated people at the show with melanated people,
Those are
I mean, just because he don't want you in your family, that does not make him a racist. He is race first. It's
right.
nothing wrong. You need to be race first.
Right.
That's your
Right. That's thank you, sis. That is the problem with us right now. We're not even focused on protecting us as a people, as a community, as a nation.
right. You're talking about this man, prejudice because he don't want you in the family. I see nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I wish they go back to the good old days for real. When put the signs back up in the window.
Right.
No, no, put the derogatory signs back up in the window.
Let's
I
go.
want to give you my money, and you don't want me up in your establishment. Great. I don't have to patronize you with my fiat.
Damn.
I don't have to. Thank you for letting me know. If the truth was out there, that's what the problem is. Only thing you stop people from doing, you cannot regulate racism. You cannot regulate that. If people are racist, they're racist, and you can't make a law against that.
Woo.
People think that you can, but you cannot regulate morality.
Let's go, sis. Talk about it. Oh,
You
yes.
can't do that. You can't make no law. Oh, you can't hate. What? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Get them, sis. Get them.
Okay. So let's be honest and put the signs back up. Let's just be honest. Do you know what that's gonna do, melanated people?
Tell them.
It's gonna force you to do for self.
Thank you. Mm.
It's gonna make you feel that market for your people.
Amen. Let's get it.
It's gonna make you come up with a bright idea. That's what it's gonna make you do.
Yes.
So put the signs. I don't care. Put the signs back up. I want you to. I
Let's
want to know
get it.
who you are. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
Let's get back in the ring and let's rumble. Let's get ready to rumble, motherfuckers. Let's go.
So I'm particularly not mad at you when you say, you know, you don't like melanated people. Great, thank you. Whatever. I don't care. I mean, I don't have that type of hate in my heart. But
Right.
I really don't. And I really don't care if you have that type of hating. That's making you sick. That's making you wrinkled. That's making you old. The
Thank
whole
you.
hate in your heart. That's
Right.
making you bitter. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You think you happy, you think you got the best of life, but you don't have the ultimate of life. Why? Because you have that one thing, that hate in your heart.
It's
You
clogging
know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's clogging your shit all the way up, all your
Oh
vessels.
yeah. So they be wondering why. Oh my God. Melanated people be having heart attacks and they woke up at the hospital. They have because we don't have hate like that.
Right.
We don't have hate in our heart like some people have hate in
Right.
their heart.
Right.
We
That's
just don't,
right.
as a people, as a whole. Now, I'm not saying we, we just don't. That's not our nature. We have a certain particular nature, which is love, generally. This pertaining to us,
Right.
and that's what we operate in most of the time, unless you piss us off. We the
Right.
type of person, when we even watch on the news, it's evident. We already know before they say if the person is melanated or not, who did it. Because if you just go in, open fire, it's usually not us.
Right.
We gonna try to get the person that we aiming at.
Yes. Get
We
it.
we usually gonna try to get the person that we're actually, mad at. You know, I mean, lately because we didn't got further away from our center. Why have we gotten so far away? Because life has really gotten hard. Our families are really broken down. We a little more renegade, now than we used to be. But you used to watch the news and tell, even though they ain't say it, because they ain't never mind saying, a black person thug, whatever. You can kind
Thank
of
you.
tell by
That
the
part.
language,
That
exactly. A thug, da 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 did this and da 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 did that. A criminal,
part.
but then when they talking about a non-melanated person, or this,
Mm,
a led astray youth, you
they got
know,
they got mental problems. They're
they
against
got mental problems. They
team.
need help, but it
They
ain't
got
never
cancer.
even like with that crime bill.
Mm-hmm.
Biden shot y'all in the foot trying to get us. How did he do that?
Yes.
Okay, they put the drugs allegedly in the melanated communities. Everybody, on crack, smoking weed. Now they putting these people in jail. Non-violent crime. You in jail 5, 10 years.
Right.
Guess what? Opium hit. Now
Uh-huh.
you talking about the crime. Oh, wait a minute. Now they mentally ill. Now they got an issue. Now they need drug rehabilitation. But you
Right.
weren't saying that when it was melanated people going to jail.
Right. Now
It
now
was
you're
fine. It was
saying
fine
it.
and dead. And now you got all of these non-melanated people
Mm-hmm.
on opium, on these prescription drugs.
Yes, yes.
Now they got a drug problem. Now they
Right.
need rehabilitation. You weren't trying to rehabilitate us. You was putting us in jail by our men
On
in
purpose.
jail in the mass by mass.
Mm-hmm.
So
On
that. everything you do in hate, boomerang and hate and pushing hate does nothing but boomerangs and bush you in the face
And what does
every
the
single
boomerang do?
time.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Anything that you do out of malice is always gonna boomerang and bust you in the face. The crack epidemic, the guns in our neighborhood, and all of this, it did nothing but boomerang and bust you in the face.
Right. Because what
You know,
happened?
because when they were putting them guns in the neighborhood, oh, wasn't nobody saying nothing. Wasn't nobody coming to the hood defense. Now your guns, you know, up on the chopping block.
Now that
Now
Trump
you
is
got
in
something to
office,
say.
now that right, and that what happened 2 years ago? It was all about they was talking about give up the guns,
Right.
protect the school children in high school, protect the school teenage victims of gun violence and all this and that. Well, what happened?
And right.
COVID come like a godmother fairy and just poof. Ain't no okay. We got gun problems. Let's solve this shit. Okay. What happened? We are given a gift called COVID, and what happens? Ain't no school. Nobody ain't gotta go to school all of a sudden. Everybody do school from home. Ain't it funny how that shit worked and just eradicated gun violence at school?
Well, and these were just how do we really know that there was actually gun violence in school like that on mass? You know, because
Right.
we understand they stage stuff on TV. We understand these things. It's the general public that
Mhm.
doesn't understand that this is a show, that
It's a
this is
shame.
theater, that this is, you
Mhm.
know, this is theater. It's the greatest show on earth.
Right.
It is the three ring circus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so when we are ill informed about issues and we don't put our community first, we want to as melanated people, I see the feminists, I see the people fighting for gay rights and all of this other stuff, but we never put our people first. Okay, now we say, okay, we putting our people first, but you going under a uh classification that's not, in your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're going on the black. Black means civil more tooth in law. So you already, when you go up there, you saying you dead already. So it doesn't matter. You are non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a hot mess because we're so ill informed. We don't know who we are. We really don't have a culture. They said, the hip hop. This is not a culture.
Right.
Okay, hip hop is not a culture, people.
It's not.
You can't say that's our culture. It's not our culture.
I don't
You
give a damn
know,
how much Diddy or the Migos or any other rapper out here got y'all thinking that this shit is a culture. I don't give a fuck
it's
who
not a
telling you
culture.
that.
I'm
It ain't.
sorry.
Thank you.
It's not. It's really not a culture. And so, I understand why hip hop started, and I'm appreciative because it gave the young people something to do, just like breakdancing, instead of fighting for those young people who were highly intelligent, athletics, instead of fighting or using that Mars energy to be destructive, they used it in a positive way. And that's what breakdancing came about. And they had dance battles, and that's something that is part of your culture. The
Right.
dance battles, that's part of your culture. But wearing your ass out and wearing, certain things, that's not part of your culture. You know
Sagging
what I'm saying?
and shit. And
And
like, y'all
shaking your
ain't
ass all in public, that's not part of your culture.
right.
And I sat down and watched this WAP video, and
Oh
I
Lord.
was thrown aback.
I wish I could have
Okay,
been there to see your face and your
I
reaction.
was thrown. I was like, say what now?
Mm-hmm.
It's a time. It's a place for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a. Let me tell you something about me. I don't have a problem with strip clubs. I
Mm-hmm.
believe if you gonna live in your northern nature and you got an issue, you need to be in the strip club to blow off that steam instead of running around here raping and molesting children. but keep it. That's still private. It ain't in the street. Do you
Right.
see what I'm saying? That's
Right.
still some private stuff behind closed doors.
You
Keep
gotta be
that stuff
responsible.
behind closed doors. Is all I'm saying. Everybody don't want to see that mess.
Right. You
You
gotta
know
be a
what I'm saying?
certain age to get in those clubs too. So yeah.
Huh?
I said you gotta be in a certain age to get in those type of
You
clubs. So
do. And so what grown people do, consenting grown people do behind closed doors, it's none of my business.
right.
Consenting. Everybody in there gotta be a consenting adult. Let's
Right. Right.
make that clear.
And
So what you do
of the
as a
right age.
consent,
Right.
exactly. If you are a consenting adult, what you do behind closed doors is none of my business.
Right.
Who cares? Keep the strip club. It's a place for the strip club. If you're gonna be in your Lord nature, then
Hmm.
hey, go on to the strip club, blow out that steam.
Do what you
You
gotta
know what
do.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
Blow that steam. I've got to take your money in there, pay your little money. It's willing participants in there.
Right. Do
Okay.
you?
But I don't want to be scrolling through my TV and
Mm,
seeing stuff that I prefer not to see. You know what I'm saying? And it's a place and a time for that. It's a place and a time for that. And that's what everybody, if I'm watching a movie or whatever, that's why I just want to watch the movie. I don't want to see all the extra.
right.
And then the way, if we as melanated women, we got to do better. Because these people out here sexualizing, and we're allowing them to sexualize us and take us off our throne. Every time that we consent to that food, you don't see no Arab women out there shaking their behinds like that. You're not going to see them out there shaking their
Right.
behinds like that.
And
Or
if you
you don't see them, disrespecting certain groups of women or certain cultures of women at all. They hold their women up to high esteem. But we allow people to call us bitches and whores and sluts and dogs, and we think that's cute. That's not my name.
shaking our asses in the middle of the street, you
It
yeah.
just don't make no sense. And it's just like sometimes I look at women and I just be like, we got to do better as a people.
Hmm.
We are better than this. It's a class of that in every culture. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
they glorified in our culture to make us look bad.
Outside, it's like you step outside the house doing it. And Instagram has got y'all feeling like y'all can do whatever y'all want in the street as long as it's a comedic skit or some shit. All of a sudden, y'all comedians and y'all got yourself shaking your ass in the middle of the street in traffic. Who does that?
You know,
Nobody but our people. And why I need y'all to understand what we trying to get across to y'all. It's about the aspect of yourself. I need y'all to be in focus and think of yourself not as just individuals. Think of yourself in an aspect realm. How does it benefit you to represent not only yourself, but your mother and father? If you step out your house and you let some man some dude you talking to, he on Instagram, he a social media influencer or whatever, and y'all making a skit together, and in the skit it's got you as a woman shaking your ass on camera. What is
right.
that doing for you? What is that doing for your people? What is it
It's
doing
not.
for
And we've
us
been
on a grand scale?
spending a little bit too much time on foolishness, and we haven't been about this business endeavor. And
Mm-hmm.
and those who can, hey, I just want y'all to know that now is the time
Mm-hmm.
to start your own business, to start educating yourself on finance, to start educating yourself in the law and in politics, to really we all need to brush up on that a little bit better and be
Mm-hmm.
more aware for self. Not what they telling you on the news, because they out here lying.
Right.
It's a monopoly. They have monopolized. The monopoly is supposed to be against the law, but we know this is we in the wild west right now. But
Yeah.
we are, and so uh they have monopolized and bought up all the news stations, and
Hmm.
and it's a script. I mean, if you just go to YouTube, they show you on YouTube where they showing you different news stations. These people saying the same doggone thing.
Right.
This is no creativity. This is a script. This is not independent journalism. There's no
Hmm.
such thing anymore in mainstream.
Right.
A lot of independent journalism now is happening on Facebook and YouTube, but these people crazy,
Right.
and they trying to bring you what's really going on. Going back to Ice Cube, I have, my thing with Ice Cube, why Ice Cube? You know what I'm saying? Why Ice Cube? That's my issue. Why was Ice Cube chosen? Because trust, he didn't decide to do this on his own.
Right.
He was selected and chosen.
Right.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out why was it, Ice Cube, because we go back to talking about the shaking of the booty and the gangster rap and all this.
Mhm.
And that's part of some of the things that he brought about within our community, that
Right.
he made popular within our community.
Hmm.
And I know he was young, and I know as you get older and you start having children, you may reflect, start meditating, reflecting, or reading different books, and start educating yourself, and you think to yourself, what have I done? Because when you're young and it's all about money and it's about the fame, I could see that. I could see that. But I feel like he need to give a public apology. And if I have missed it, please somebody inform me. Because that was some bull crap that they did.
Right.
And they helped usher in that gangster rap and all that other mess. You
Hmm.
know. I mean, and I'm not saying some of Ice Cube today was a good day. I love that song. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm not saying that they didn't have some relevant music.
Hmm.
However, some of that stuff was trash,
Right. It just is what it
straight
is.
trash. And I'd be glad when rapping, because rapping is an art, is poetry. When it
Mhm.
goes back to being conscious, when they start rapping about owning your own business, being a captain of industry,
Right.
learning law, you know what I'm saying, putting people in their place, claiming, standing on your square, you know what
Right.
I'm saying,
Hmm.
challenging jurisdiction, write a bar about that, you know,
Thank you. Exactly, sis. Thank you. Yo, man,
write
that's
some bars about,
let's talk about this.
challenging jurisdiction. Go out there and do
Jurisdiction.
that for us.
What's the difference between de facto and de jure government? Huh? I want to hear somebody
Write
talk
some
about
bars.
that. Write some bars on that.
and
Where y'all at
I
on that?
and I believe that is coming, and I understand that our people are getting more savvy. It might be slow, but hey, you gotta take what you can get.
Hey.
Maybe it is a little slow, but we have to remember what Noble Drew at least said it's to the fourth, fifth, and sixth generation, and
Yeah.
we're in that generation is now. You know, it just wasn't time before, and
Mhm.
and I'm understanding that. As I get older, we wasn't ready consciously as a people. You
Right.
know, and are we now ready consciously as a people to stand on our own as a people? I'm hoping when I wake up on November the 1st, the answer is going to be, yeah, they surprised me. They really went out and surprised me. But we don't know, even though people saying they're gonna do this and do that. We don't know what they're gonna do when the chip hit it's time to mark the circle or X the box or whatever they do when they go do it.
Right.
We don't know what's gonna transpire. We know the electoral college actually is the one that votes the president in. We need people to know that. They told y'all that 1,000 times. Hillary
Right.
won the popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times people got to tell you,
Right.
you
For
know.
real. Mhm.
So the electoral college put Trump in office. So, do you, boo boo? Do you?
Want to march out here and get your ass into this shit storm? Go ahead. Okay. But we done told you what's happening.
Right. So, I mean, I just tell people, do what's best for you and what you feel like is is right for you, because no one can dictate that. No one can tell you what's true and what's not true. Your
Mm,
truth has to resonate with you. And if truth is not resonating with you, if somebody can show you something in black and white,
right.
they can show you, the 14th Amendment. They can show you the Dred Scott case.
Right.
And you sit up there and blink at them like they crazy, then I don't
Uh,
know what to tell you. Because those two things should sum it all up.
right.
So if people are showing you that and you still staring like a deer in the headlight, trust and believe no one's home.
Mm-hmm. As the
No
old
one's home.
as the elders used to tell us, the lights is on, but ain't nobody home. Oh no, my
Uh,
favorite. The elevator don't, the elevator don't rise to the top for Pookie over here.
Okay. So when you show these people these things, or our people these things in black and white, and they still be looking at you like what they got to do with anything, it has a lot to do with a lot of things.
Thank you.
These are your political issues.
Right. Right. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely. And that is just exactly what it
That's just why I see it. I don't judge anybody. I know we're all on this road, on this path individually, but we also on that path collectively as well.
mm-hmm.
And some of us, it takes a little longer to catch up. And I have no dog
Or
in
no
this race.
dog, no rooster, or nothing in the fight.
In the fight, the only the fight I have is for my people to wake up, for us to be a nation of people
Right.
again, to be to stand together
Right.
in our right political status and our proper political status. And that's the only dog I have. I
Right.
don't have another dog. That's it. I mean, us as a people coming together and being in our own, you know. And
Right.
so if we're not talking about those issues, we're not talking about much. The world is the world. People do what they're gonna do. Some people gonna rise to the top, and some
Mm-hmm.
people gonna sink to the bottom. And that's always it has always been. You
Mm-hmm.
know, some people gonna rise above their lower nature, and they're gonna start using their brain, their thinking, their reasoning, their intellect. Um, and some people are just going to fall by the wayside. I don't care what kind of degree you went to college and obtained, if what that means. If you don't understand what's going on, really, the politics is affecting you. I mean, it means nothing because you're still ill informed.
Right.
Just like you have underemployment when they tell you, oh, you're underemployed. Underemployment means that, yeah, you got a job,
Right.
but you got a degree in physics and you working at Burger King. You're underemployed. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with people having a degree. You still undereducated. Yeah, you have a degree, but things that are happening in the world, you really don't comprehend or understand why they keep killing our young melanated men in the streets. I mean,
Hello.
holding up a sign ain't gonna stop it. You see that, right?
Right. That's why it
Okay.
says it's a degree. You go to college to get a degree. Yeah, a degree means like Sister Faye said, you got a degree understanding, meaning you only go so far in what your knowledge is on your understanding of something. You don't have a full broad spectrum of it, the whole thing. You just have a certain start, middle, and an end understanding of it. That's what degree mean, people. That's
So
it.
I'm just very curious to really sit back and see what November the 4th is gonna look like. I probably will chime in, you know, on November the 3rd to watch, you know, the count. Uh, a lot of people are saying that shit, they probably won't announce the president until next year, you know, that it's gonna be a lot of flim flam going on around this
Wait a minute,
election.
what?
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot of different astrologers on are saying this. If you go to YouTube, you know, I don't, you know, you have to pick your own astrologer. I'm not, you know,
Yeah,
but a
yeah.
lot of the astrologers are saying that, you know, first of all, they predicting Biden, and some of them are predicting Biden is going to win.
Mm,
Um, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to win or not. Like I said, I don't have a dog in this race. It doesn't affect us as a people, those of us who are declaring our nationality,
right.
those of us who are aware of who we are as a people, those of us who know not to call ourselves or not to mark that we're black. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it really doesn't affect us like that. Um, uh, But yeah, they are saying these things that it might be some flim flam going on with the election. It might not be announced until next year. We already been seeing how they talked about the ballots, and even with Trump's election, um, 4 years ago, it was Russia who put him in office. I'm trying to figure out
Right.
what would the ballots and stuff. How the Russians get involved? You know what I'm
And the whole time we find out the real truth is that it was Hillary all along with the Russians doing anything.
Right, and it's just been like a whole, thing. So there might be some scheme again. Before they were saying Obama was going to be the last president. When Trump went in office, they said Trump was going to be the last president. So we
Right.
just don't know.
Because the
They,
corporation itself is what's at stake and what's going out of business. I think that's what people. I think that's from what I heard, my
say that
interpretation.
again. I'm sorry, sweet.
Oh, they were saying that the United States as a corporation, because that's what it is, people. The United States is just a corporation,
Bankrupt.
it's a business. And so what our sister Faye is putting us on to is very much true in a way, because I've heard it before myself, what you're saying, Faye. Because I've had other, astrologers say that same thing, sister wise royalty, sister I follow, and she might be on the show with us tonight. I just saw. But she said to us on her show, on her Zoom one time, about how what it is about the United States is coming to a close. It's like a liquidation sale almost. You know how businesses go out of business and they have to sell everything to make money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. So that's why when you said that, I was like, huh? Say that again, because I've heard that before, but I didn't think anybody else knew it besides me. So it was good to hear you say that. So yeah, it's I believe that's what we're seeing happening. The United States is going down out of business. This is why a lot of us are getting into forex market, money tree, like Sister Faye said, all this, because we know as Moors, we know what the jig is. We see the shit, we've been seeing it and knowing that this shit is coming to an end. And that's what this whole thing is, this COVID stuff. The reason they got everybody wearing masks, they want to hide people hiding their face so that they don't see it, because people are getting their doors kicked in, people, and arrested and taken to Gitmo, taken to jail. So it's a lot of
Well,
things.
it's just like I said, it's some wild times. It's wild times out here. You
Indeed.
know, the only time will tell. I just tell people, hey, enjoy life, love life. You know, because we just don't know.
Mhm.
And we just don't know, and we're not gonna know until it happens, because we already know. they ain't about disclosing shit. They ain't about telling you so you can prepare. There's
Mm,
always they don't want to cause a panic. They
right.
don't want to cause a panic. And at the end of the day, those who gonna panic anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And those, those who know they are preparing their families, they are buying a little extra food, extra water, you know, stocking their pantry, making sure they already got tissue paper now that they didn't let up on it, making sure,
Right.
I gotta buy some gas lamps, some lanterns. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna focus on that the first of the month, going
Right.
to Home Depot, buying some gas lanterns and stuff. Just be prepared, some with kerosene oil, and be prepared, at least enough for 6 months. I mean, well, 6 months, 3 to 6 months, have enough to where you'll be okay.
Right.
And
And
and I just want people to understand, don't panic. You don't have to eat every day. I mean, we all need to. I know I need to lose some weight, but we need to understand that the body doesn't have to eat every day. Okay,
constantly, right, round the clock. You're not
right.
alone.
One of
Even
the
me.
things that uh Elijah Muhammad taught us in Eat to Live is one meal a day is fine. You'll be fine. You
Right.
eat one nutritious meal a day. You'll
Right.
be absolutely fine. Mostly vegetables. You will not starve. I promise you.
Right.
So, so if we can start practicing those habits now to prepare for what may come. And then if it don't come, guess what? We lost some weight and we can picked up some good habits.
Thank you.
So we still ain't lost nothing,
At all. At all. And that's what
So
I've been trying to get my family to understand. Like, yo, you ain't gotta be eating 24/7 around the clock. Like, no. Even myself, I've noticed that I've stopped. I eat only maybe not 3 times a day, but like twice. And sometimes not even that. I eat just once a day, you know, when I wake up, and that's it. Even when I wake up, I don't just eat right away. I get
mm.
myself some water and drink some water first. That's just
And
just me
and
though.
that's what we should do. And we should, and it's just the time. It's just the signs of the time. And we're gonna find out really what's gonna happen. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna, come November the 3rd, one way or the other, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Right.
You know, and people gonna be mad, some people gonna be mad, some people gonna be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people gonna be, like me, just I don't care. What I'm saying?
Right.
I'm interested in the pony dance and pony show.
Right.
I chime in, um, just to see what's going on and what they up to,
Right.
and we should be reading these policies and stuff that they're always putting out. That's why they make them 300 to 600 pages long. And they know
Right.
people ain't gonna sit there
And
and,
read.
and, and read through all that. Those things don't have to, these bills and stuff do not have to be that doggone long.
They really don't, but they do that
And,
on purpose because they know what
yeah,
they know that man knows not from being told.
right. And they know people are not gonna just literally every time sit down and read all of that because people do have lives. That's their supposedly job. They are
Right.
public servants. I
Right.
want y'all to understand these people are public servants,
They work for us,
supposedly.
supposedly, right?
They servants. They supposed to be servants, and they run
Allegedly.
around here like they run the show. And,
Right.
and people need to really stop and think about that because a script has been flipped. The servant has become in charge. Is in charge now. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
And hey, and it is in the Constitution. I mean, the amendment, people. Amendment 25. Doesn't it say in the Constitution as an amendment, if your governing officials are no longer working on your behalf, you have the right to remove them forcibly if need be. When
You
they
know,
not
and
doing their job.
It's just something to be reminded of. I don't think this system is working for anybody and hasn't for a long time. And I think there's going to be a certain group of people who are going to realize how hate is not beneficial to hate.
Right.
They're going to learn that it's not
Right.
beneficial because you'll shoot your own self in the foot trying to hate on somebody.
You will.
And that's what then happened. And they dissolving the middle class, and they've been doing it for the last 20 years.
Right.
And so it's just to hate, it doesn't benefit anyone. It doesn't benefit anyone. You think it's benefiting you, this ideology of hate, but it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
You
Nope.
know,
Mm.
hate does not really affect the person that you're hating on. It eventually affects you.
Right.
It boomerangs on you.
It does. And because we forget, like you were saying earlier, it is gonna boom everything that you do when it's in hate, when it's in that negative energy sphere, it's gonna boomerang and come right back to you. Return to sender, right? Return to sender, folks. That's the thing. It does happen.
Yeah. And that's what's gonna happen. It has happened, and if people have been paying attention, it had happened time and time again.
Right.
You know, when they were trying to, through Planned Parenthood, trying to lower our numbers. Look at their numbers now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The food, yeah, all this stuff it boomerangs back on you. Hate benefits no one, including the person who's hating.
Right. Because when Reagan
It
was in
benefits them the least.
office,
You might think you're getting away with it, but you're not.
right. Because think about it. When Reagan was in office, hold on. Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. When Reagan was in office, people, we forget what the war on drugs, when it really started. That shit kicked off with Reagan, and then it carried on with Bush Senior, and it just kept going until Trump got in office, and he said, "Hold up, enough is enough with this shit. It's time to slow it down. What the hell are y'all doing? Y'all gonna throw this motherfucker into, how machine, if you run a machine too much and all of a sudden the cogs just boom, all of a sudden the cog just go flying somewhere, and all of a sudden the whole machine is just catching fire and just coming apart.
Right.
That's what it is, and it's like with I say it all the time. Y'all are worried about a World War III happening, and y'all haven't even been paying attention and recognizing that, hey, we just lived through World War III in the 80s. That's what the entire 80s was all about. They making movies and TV shows off this shit. What's that damn show? What they call on FX about the crack era? Everybody fell in love with the guy. Was it Blow or something like that? Let me see.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
anyway, my point is, they've been making Hollywood and Washington go hand in hand, and Trump has always known that. He's always known that something ain't right. And that's why they hate this man, because here's how the thing. I've never stepped foot in New York City, but from what I've been told, the way it works is Queens, New York is where the borough where Donald Trump comes from. They say Queens is the borough of what I think either immigrants or considered as the ghetto, just like the Bronx or whatever. But the point is, all the rich people live in Manhattan. So when Trump got old enough and he started working with his father, Fred Trump, and started making money, they didn't and going to those high society parties, everybody shitted on him because of where he was from. He wasn't like them. He wasn't a Manhattan boy. See what I'm saying? He was from
Mm-hmm.
Queens, and his father was a real estate tycoon mogul who built
Uh-huh.
who built apartment complexes for the ghetto for black people to live, and they hated that man. They hated him. That's why they hate the Trumps. See, y'all don't understand. I know Miss Faye. I'm not talking about Miss Faye or directing this at her. I'm talking to y'all as the general public, our show people, y'all got to understand y'all history on this, and they talk about this on the documentary that they have on Netflix about Trump called The American Dream. I suggest you all watch it so you can understand where this man is coming from and the shit that he had to go through, because y'all are only seeing and hearing one side of the story. And as we know in life, ain't nothing just a one-side story. And any story that you listen to and it's got only one side and you've only heard one side your entire life, guess what? What they say about that, Faye? If it's a one-sided story, somebody lying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, hey, it's a reason why they hate Trump. It's the reason why they want y'all to hate Trump. Because they know that this man ain't racist. His father has been helping Black people get housing for years. This is how they made money becoming real estate people. They were only trying to help people and make their lives better. That's it. And with that type of mentality, with that type of work structure, yes, you get hated on. Because in the world of that these people come from that hate Trump, your job is not to actually help people. Your job is to pretend that you're about helping people. But on the real, behind the scenes, you are the one that's working against people to keep them down, because they feel that that's the part that's the most fun about being someone rich, somebody powerful, the 1% and elitists. This is how they think, people. I'm trying to just put y'all on to the truth. This is how it works when these people that y'all are cap out here caping for, the Democrats, thinking that they care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. These are the motherfuckers who made the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK party that y'all so love to talk about and say, oh, Trump's a racist. He never once denounced the KKK, when that's a lie. He has many times. But Trump is not a man who's going to keep wasting his time repeating himself. And see, that's the problem. That's another thing y'all have to work on, because there's people out here who got jobs and are about their business. And when you about your business and you a boss, you know that you ain't got time to waste on doing stupid shit and arguing and going back and forth with people. You got to get cracking on getting things done.
Mm.
That's the thing about being a boss, people. So y'all need to learn the difference and get off of people like Ice Cube and blaming him and saying he a coon or Uncle Tom. Somebody got to be the one to go in and say, okay, I need your help to help me get this thing off the ground for me and my people, because we tired of being at the bottom. Somebody got to do it. And why not work with Trump? Because he is the one in office. He can get things done. And he has gotten things done. So what's your problem? Where's all this energy for Biden and Obama when they were in office for 8 years? Y'all wasn't bucking up when they was in office. And the excuse, yeah, I say it, the excuse my own sister gave me, well, he had his hands tied when he was in office. He couldn't really do much for Black folks. And I understand that because he a Black man. Yes, these are the excuses that y'all give. My own family has given this to me. This is the excuse that I got. He couldn't do nothing. He had his hands tied because he a Black man. Really? That's what you gonna give for Obama and both Biden. He had his hands tied. They wouldn't let him do much for us because he had his hands tied. Really, bitch? And I'm not saying bitch like I'm talking to my sister or anybody. I'm just saying, just in general.
Girl, you going in, ain't you?
Hey, it's somebody got to do it. And why not it be us, sis? The lady, if the men ain't here to say it, we just say it for us.
We just off the chain, huh?
We just
We
off the
keep
chain.
forgetting to use your cheetah. You know, your cheetah done taught us to use allegedly. I don't think neither one of us has said that all night.
Yeah, he might come in and say something when he see the playback.
Okay. Yeah, we might get in trouble because we haven't said allegedly all night long.
All night. That's the thing about us as women. We speak the truth. We don't give a damn. We speak the truth. Can't take the heat. Get the hell out the kitchen and get the fuck out of our way. You
So,
know.
everywhere where I'm just gonna make this disclaimer: everywhere where allegedly was supposed to be inserted, trust and believe allegedly.
Allegedly. We just say that
I said,
after
huh?
everything. Just say that just at the end. Allegedly. So
Allegedly.
all that was previously discussed. Allegedly. I love it, sis. I love it. Yo, but it's the truth though, y'all. Y'all know it. Yeah, we all know it. Come on now. It's like, and when it come to business, if we as black so-called that B word again, excuse me, I gotta I gotta reel myself in with that because I've been saying I'm gonna call us what we really are, which is Moors. As Moorish Americans, if we really gonna keep talking about we own our business and we trying to be bosses and everything, hey, number one, what's rule number one? It's just business. You ain't gotta like the people that you in business with. You ain't gotta even be in love with them. Hell, you ain't. I ain't don't nobody expect you to marry them. It's just business. It ain't never supposed to be personal. That's how business is, people. So y'all got to get out y'all feelings and off y'all stank ass high horse, okay? Because y'all are running around here with the stank faces for no reason at this man. Talking about y'all bosses out here, and y'all got so much power with the economy. Yeah, you do. We do really have that power with the economy because without us, the world would just be in tethers financially. So yes, we are the ones that rule the economy around the world. It don't matter what country.
Well, I don't have a problem with people having their opinion about an individual, but I need you to give me more than one reason of why you
Right.
have such disdain. If you're gonna have disdain, you know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
this disdain. I really need you to give me more than one reason why you have such an investment, emotional investment, and disliking this person. And I need more than one reason.
Right. And then
No,
your
now I understand if
reasons,
you said, well, he molested the child. Okay, I take that as a reason, one reason. You know what I'm saying? But anything else, you gonna pretty much have to give me more than just one reason why your feelings is so tattered. You know,
is
I
so
need more
hurt.
than one
Yeah,
reason.
so tethered and just in shambles right now. Like
Right.
what's going on, people? Enlighten us. Cause this how long are we really gonna play this game about this race card? For real. Just think about it. In
I
2020,
mean,
oh,
people love, and it's just crazy, because like I said, I ain't got no dog in this race, but people used to love Trump. You know what I'm saying? I
yes.
mean, I've always found him entertaining. You know,
Right. It's
I
like
used to watch The Apprentice. The Apprentice used to be one of my favorite shows, honey.
right. He's been in our lives for multiple generation lifetimes. Everybody, it ain't like so people trying to say he's the lesser of two evils. Nigga, what the fuck do you even know what that even means? Like, come on now. You know Trump. We know Trump. We've known this man since since forever. Okay. It ain't like he just coming out of nowhere. And he's been the same man his whole way through in life. So like what are we really afraid of with this man? The race card? Really?
Well, when you don't have anything to say, make it up. I just feel like that's what's going on.
That's what's
Because
happening.
most people cannot give you more than one reason why they just need to get out of office. Well, I
Right.
can't stand him. Why? Why you can't stand him? He
The
don't know what he's
Central
talking
Park
about. Wait a
Five.
minute. You mean to tell me this man has ran several? He's a captain of industry. Okay, he
Right.
has multiple multi-billion trillion dollar companies, and he's stupid.
Right.
Are you kidding me? I don't
Right.
get it. I mean, just
He's
when
not a
people
good
say that, I just
businessman.
look at them.
Yeah. Talking about he
You
not a
know,
good
while you getting
businessman.
ready to go to your 9 to 5. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But this man is supposedly, allegedly an idiot. But you getting up in the morning going to a 9 to 5 working 12 hours. Who's stupid?
Make it make sense, people.
Make it
Make
make
it make
sense.
sense. You know?
I just need people to realize that, I don't I just think people just be talking. They really ain't got no rhyme or reason. They just parakeeting on what they heard on TV.
They really are. My cousin gave
Yeah.
me an excuse. He said, I don't like him for what he did to the Central Park, what he said about the Central Park Five. Huh? That's what y'all running on. The Central Park Five and what else? Oh, he just unfit for office. Well, okay. Oh, and another favorite they like to throw out, the bankruptcy. Listen up, people. When you in business, you got the right to file bankruptcy. It's how you save businesses. And clearly it's worked for him if he still got money. If he's still saying he living a good life, he could have stayed living that good life. He didn't even want to run for president. But because Barack and Biden was out here acting crazy and doing all they shenanigans and shit, trying to start coups left and right all over the damn place, don't get me started. And yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. Okay? I do. Anyway, this whole thing about the bankruptcies, I'm gonna stay on that. Y'all out here talking and complaining about, oh, he be filing bankruptcy left and right. Well, give me the name of one other business person who don't do this. When you are a multi-millionaire billionaire, yeah, you use that. That's just smart financially. And with Trump, I trust Trump more with that because you know what? The United States is just another corporation anyway. So who better to head that shit and be president than Donald Trump? Because you know why? He's gonna make the most sound business moves and he's gonna protect this country, not be out here selling it out like Biden did. Putting his
Well, like I say, people parakeet and
right.
don't know the politics. So, and that's not a slight on anybody. That's
Mm-hmm.
just saying we all need to do better on being informed,
Right.
and understanding what's going on politically, especially if we gonna have a dog in the fight, you
Right.
know, and and it just is what it is, November the 3rd, hopefully, is gonna shine a lot of light on the situation
Mm-hmm.
and what we have to look forward to in the future. Uh, I'm looking for a bright future. I'm looking to be more savvy on the business end of economics and finance, and being more educated on that end.
Right.
Um, more educated on policies, political policies, because they don't make no laws, people, because they can't.
Right.
But anyway, uh, I know who's responsible for making the laws, but they
Mm,
can't make them. Okay.
right.
Um, so just looking for a, 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 a better understanding of how to move forward, within my family and within my network, my small community of
Right.
people, because that's what we need to be looking forward to. I would just suggest people keep an open mind. Really sit down and analyze if you're gonna be in this political arena. Listen to both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Policies,
Thank you.
okay?
Policy.
Policies. What have they done policy wise? Look
Right.
at the policy. Stop making decisions based on your emotions. Stop making decisions based on your tradition. Stop letting people smile in your face and not do anything. We got to
Stabbing
get
you in
more.
the back.
We stop writing these politicians and bombarding them. Politicians that don't fear not being put into office anymore, especially on the local level, because we have stopped our writing campaigns.
Right.
It used to be that people would write, well, I'm going to contact my senator. This is on the local level, state senators. We're
They
not
started
talking about
doing that
federal.
and started
Yeah.
Twitter and
Huh?
shit. They started using Twitter more for writing in. That's the problem.
Right. And now we need to go back to that pen and pencil and that stamp and putting that shit in the mail.
Mm.
Um, you know, if you're going to be involved in politics, it's not just about your vote. Going and voting is not participating. People, uh, being informed is in participating.
Mm.
Being on the issues, understanding what the all of the issues are. Making sure when they writing these policies that their stance on these. Notice I said policies and not laws.
Mm-hmm.
Writing these policies that you are abreast on these policies. If you're gonna participate, I mean, it's just, if you're gonna do it, you need to be all in.
Right. Thank you.
You need to be all in. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Um, you got to be all in. And so a lot of people thought these people who were preppers were crazy. Well, the thing about the preppers and stuff like that, they was reading the policies. They were reading that stuff, and they was preparing. They was like, "This some bugs and shit. That's crazy."
This is
And that's
some
why they started stopping.
right. That's why the Obamacare was such a problem. People stopped and started reading that shit. And the doctors, what they find? Doctors was finding, yo, this is some bullshit. I wouldn't have my enemy sign this.
Okay. And so that's when, they can get over on the people, because the people are very ill informed. They think they are informed because they watched the debate. But you ain't read the policies that they're passing on the floor. They used to have on channel 2. I remember as a child, they used to have, them when they was in session. I don't know if they still do that, but they used to have the sessions on channel 2. You could actually go and listen,
Yeah.
you know, to the, you know,
Oh, the,
um,
the PBS station.
PBS, yeah, on
Yeah.
PBS. I
Public
don't even think they
broadcast.
do that anymore.
Yeah. You know
You
what?
know,
You're right. That is something.
so I mean, if you're gonna be in it, I like the people say, be in it to win it. You
Right.
know,
Let me see. Yeah, definitely, sis. Be in it. Be in it all the way. And that's what I was trying to tell my family, tell my sister when she said what she said to me about, like, you got an excuse for everything. It's not that I got an excuse for everything. I just read. I study. That's it. Here we go. I just read and I study. And if that seems like to
oh,
you,
I got knocked off. But
yeah. You there?
like I was just,
Okay.
yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I got knocked off. But like I said, if you're gonna be in it, be in it
Mm-hmm.
to win it.
Right.
Be informed. Your lack of being informed is the problem.
Right.
Thinking you're informed and being informed, that's two different things. You can't
Mm-hmm.
get your updates off the news station. You actually have to sit down and go to the internet and pull these things up and actually put some time reading. And not only just read it, you have to take out a law dictionary and unabridged dictionary and start looking at words, because they a trip. Okay, they
For real.
use a lot of legalese that we're not familiar with.
Hmm. For real. And that's the truth. That's nothing but the truth right there. Like, and that's exactly the sentiment that I was trying to get across to my own sister. It's like, it's not that I have an excuse for it, or answer for everything. Well, you're supposed, if you're asking someone a question and you're trying to have a conversation with them and you ask them a question, don't you want them to be able to answer you?
Most definitely. I want them to be able to answer me, and not just answer me, give me an informed answer, and not just an informed answer, also to show me or enlighten me on where I can go research farther for additional information.
Absolutely.
Um, we just don't do that, and these people who are in political authority or power, they know we don't do that. We're busy. We don't, and that's just true. People work. Some of these single moms are working, going to school and raising children. What
Mm-hmm.
time they got? And they know the social condition of the people here. The people are literally working 10 to 15, 16 hours a day.
Right.
Some of these nurses, they pulling two shifts, you know, and stuff like that. And they know people ain't, they working, they ain't got time to to um to do the research, So they think the people who are on TV and this and that are really informing them, but no, you don't leave it in somebody else's hands to make sure that you're informed on the issues. You really have to do your own due diligence, or have a group of people, that you in network with that are assisting you to, you know, be informed. And that's just what we're not. We're just not informed. And that's just the truth. And we need to stop pretending like we are informed, because we're not. It just is what it is. We're not. We need to stop, get off our high horses of people, stop spreading hate. You know what I'm saying? And false misconceptions, running around here talking about issues that we have no clue about. We don't have any clue.
That's the truth. It's simple as that. And you got to learn how to get back into reading things and studying the history of stuff. But people don't want to do that. I don't understand why. Like, and I don't know what it is with them. You got to get back
It-
into it though.
we do have to get back into it, and once we get back into um, reading, staying informed. A lot of stuff will cease and desist. We'll be informed, and we won't allow all this stuff to go on. And not only that, stop thinking about just, of course, it should be race first. That's part of
Mhm.
self preservation.
Right.
That's, uh, it should be, race first. And I need people to understand that, I mean, yeah, it's people who call themselves Americans, and there are people who are Americans on this land. And that's just the bottom line. You got to
Right.
know which one you are.
Right.
And I don't think we do as a people, as a whole.
Right. And people are not really looking into the history of these political parties. And you really have to do that. If you're going to go out here and try to tell people to vote and try to get people to sign up and register to vote, you should at least be well versed in knowing the history between the political parties and why you going to tell somebody to vote for so and so. Because that's what a lot of people are out here doing when they get people to register to vote. You know, you find people, are you registered to vote? And if they say no, do you want to vote and be able to vote or register? Or have you registered or thought about it? And that's what they do. They always trying to get you to walk away after they register you, but they want you to walk away voting for who they want you to vote for. That's the thing. And I just think it's in the best interest of people before you register, especially the young folks out here, really do your research on what you are signing yourself up for politically. That's the thing, because it's a reason that you have the Democrat Party and the Republican Party as the main two, because it's the Republican Party that is the party first of this nation. This is what we as Moorish Americans, we were Republicans first. That's why they say that Black people used to be Republicans. Well, why is that? Because we were the republics. We were the ones that wrote the Constitution and taught the Melungeons, as they call them, the indentured servants, the George Washingtons, the Ben Franklins. We were the ones that taught them how to write a declaration, how to write a constitution, a body of a nation, and the amendment rules of that nation, the laws. We taught them that because we were people known as the Republic. That's why when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, people, there is no such thing as the word democracy anywhere. It's as simple as that. So
And that's why they took the Pledge of Allegiance out of school, because a light bulb might have come on in somebody's head. What? The Republic? Why they
right,
always talking about democracy? And to the Republic, to which it stands Republic.
right,
So, I mean, that's why they had to take that, out of school. Take
right,
take it out. I mean, you can't be walking around here knowing about the Republic now because,
right.
oh no.
That's why you see those Hillary Clinton sound bites where she talking about democracy is at stake. Democracy this, democracy that. It's your time to protect democracy and life as we know it. Now, ain't that some Marvel comic book superhero type shit to say?
Well, it gives people, if you repeat what they say, if you repeat a lie
If you
long
repeat a
enough,
lie, if you repeat a lie long enough, you start to believe your own lie.
right? And so the democracy is two steps away from communism, and that's what people
Mm,
do not understand. They are going to a communistic form of government. I guess that's what they want. I don't know.
right,
I don't know if they think they want that, but that's where they're heading.
right.
And at the end of the day, putting the republic, taking the office of the republic back it should be our mainstay as melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
That should be our main concern politically, and one of our main concerns. The other one is being in our proper status and then reclaiming the republic.
Right.
So those should be our goals as a people. And if we're not having that as goals as a people, we just gonna continue to be lost in the sauce.
Absolutely. That's just it. Just lost in the sauce, people. Because we got to get out of here and really figure out before you step into the fray, before you go walking into the storm, really sit on the sideline as long as you can and just watch from the sideline what's going on. Because you're gonna see the truth glimmering through on that field before you step on it for yourself. And what you're going to see with this whole thing is that the Republic is not the enemy. Republican politicians are not the enemy because Republicans, they at least know that they are the last standing ones who are left as the protectors to, I guess I could say, I guess I can't say it like this. They are the last protectors of what our ancestors left on the table. And when I say our ancestors, I'm talking about our Moorish ancestors, because like I just said, we are the ones that began this country, this nation. Hell, we are this nation. They just built their democracy on top of our structures, our buildings. They just walked into all of our buildings and turned them upside down. They walked into our buildings and turned them into libraries, post office, Grand Central, train stations. But we built those grand buildings. Why? Because that's what the republic of this nation looked like. This is
Well,
why so many wars happened. Go ahead, sis. My bad.
well, no, you good. No, that was me. I was just like, well, um, we like I said, November 3rd is coming. We got to do better as a people. You know, we got to understand that we are a people first.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody put race first but us. And I'm not saying race first is a hate thing. I'm saying be about what our issues are and focusing on our issues that we have as a community.
And not just that, it's just about knowing for certain who you really are and protect
Right.
who you are, protecting your customs of your family, of your bloodline. And there's nothing wrong with that. And do not let people try to brainwash y'all into thinking that there's something wrong with that. Because like the sister said, we with democracy, that is two steps away, not one, but two steps away from what, sis? Socialism.
Communism. So, well, we already into socialism. We
Yeah,
heading toward communism. So, yeah, communism.
communism. Yeah,
Uh-huh. So you got democracy, socialism, communism, and we marching, knees straight
right.
to
We already,
that.
yeah,
And I don't think people are seeing it. I don't think people are seeing, but you don't see, the forest for the trees.
right. We are already in socialism, people, because just think about it. What is socialism really, folks? Socialism is what? It means that you are congregating a collective on a social based level. So that means instead of you having a tribal nation of your family, which is what you are supposed to have first and foremost, that's what we were. That's why people harp on Native Americans and Indian Americans and Aboriginals and all of that, because that lets you know that you are talking about a nation of people as a collective now. You know what bloodline you come from. But what socialism does is it takes you away from your bloodline. It takes you away of knowing who your family is, who your people are. It takes you away from protecting your sacred bloodline that your mother gives to you, because you come from your mother. That's where your bloodline comes from first, right? So it takes us out of that nucleus of being the nuclear, what we call the nuclear family. It takes us out of that. And what does it do? It takes us out individually, one by one, and puts every gay person, let's say like this, every gay person out of each family. You take the gay person out and put them all in over here in the basket with gay people, the rest of the gay people that you've already taken out of families, in as and taking them as individuals and put them all together. You put them all in this basket pot. And what do you call that basket now that you got nothing but gay people in it? You call it LGBTQRST
Element of P R
element.
S
Yeah,
T U
every
R T
right.
Y. You know.
And what do you get? You get the gay community. That's what socialism is, folks. It's taking you away from knowing who you are on a top tier level, A1 level. That's what it's doing. So that's what socialism is. It's taking you out of your family and putting you in and with other individual people that are like that. And then you substituting that as your family. You replacing that with your family. Your family is over here where you're supposed to be, but now that you over here, you get rid of this. Throw it away, throw it out. Boom. What's left? Just nothing but this. And it's not just one basket that's like this with the LGBT alphabet basket. it's you got a whole bunch of baskets like this now. But now, instead of just being bisexual, homosexual people, now you got another basket over here that people are not really yet sure if they should touch and pick up. And that's the pedophile basket. They're trying to merge it over here with them. Or
Oh,
maybe
it's
it's
been merged over there already.
yeah, or maybe it's the other way around.
They got it.
Right. Or maybe, just maybe it's the other way around. Because the gay people that's in this basket, let's say you don't know that some of them like to fuck children.
Did you say it like that? Because I believe you did. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. See what I'm saying, folks? Allegedly. Let's just say that. Allegedly. Say that some of these people, yes, I said that. Some of these people that you think that you putting all the gay folks in this one basket, let's just say allegedly, some of them not particularly gay, but maybe they just like fucking children, little
She
boys and
used the big bone word. Boom. Yeah, I mean, people need to look at that because that's on the table. That's
right,
been they trying to legislate that now,
right,
and people not paying attention. I mean, that's what civil rights is all about: the protection of all these different social groups.
right, right,
Because as far as uh, 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 calling yourself black, you're really not a people. You're a social group.
right. You are a social group, aka in another name for socialism. Social group
You
people.
know. So that I mean, if people want to not look at that as a particular issue, and
Mhm.
yes, we have because of whatever reason, a lot of us are disconnected. Ooh, excuse me, from our family history, and that's just being honest. We are disconnected from that. Some of us can't go past our great grandmother, and that's
Okay.
being honest.
Okay. And what happened with this group when they got their marriage rights on a civil level? This is talking about civil rights for these social groups. What they do? Soon as they got the right to marry, then that's when the whole fucking beehive just went fucking nuts, swarming the whole fucking thing, stinging people left and right. Now you can't do nothing but just damn. The whole fucking the hornet's nest is on the loose.
It is,
As soon
but
as
we
people got married and got the right to get married, what happened next? Just hell broke loose, didn't it?
all right. But you got the Pope who just came out. I forgot exactly what he said, but what he say about you know gay
Something about
people?
the Pope. Let me see if it's in the news. Pope France. I think it was something about gay folks allowing them to be. Let me see what's in the news. Let's see. Pope Francis names Washington Archbishop Wilton Gregory first African American. No, not that. Okay, what does Pope Francis believe about same-sex love? The intrigue behind comments on same-sex. Let me see. He said something to the effect of like, I believe, let's see. Let's just be sure though. Let's see.
I'm sure he was for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Seated on the road chair, right? You can't saying gay people were, quote, God, children of God. Quote, you can't kick someone out of a family nor make their life miserable for this, he said. Quote, we have to have we have to have, what we have to have is a civil union law that they
There
are
go
legal.
that civil word again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's always coming up. Now we understand why with the civil rights movement of the 60s that Martin Luther King, they now you understand, you should be able to understand why they are trying to harp on this gay LBGT stuff and put it in the same basket as what the 60s civil rights was about in the
Right,
50s.
because that's who it protects, these social groups. And
Right,
that's what black people are. It's a social group.
right.
I mean, so that's why they were saying they'll have these t-shirts not too long ago. Look up that t-shirt, gay is the new black, you
Oh,
know. And that's why they was wearing those t-shirts and people were not getting it on this political matter, you know.
well, remember when that came out and folks was like, oh, hell no, you ain't gonna lump us into this shit. Let me see. Because that's exactly what they did. And you have to wonder, why is it that they always use it? Every time something politically happens, people use the black people of America, mind you. They
Right,
use us,
because they use us as batteries to further their agendas
right,
and using our ignorance because we are uh uh the energy of this planet and nothing is approved unless it goes through us and they know that. We
right,
give any idea power.
right.
We're the fuel, we're the battery for any, idea, whether it's for or against our best interest. We actually manifest it.
Hmm.
So
And
that's
no,
why they
go
even
ahead.
the Caucasian or Abiyon woman has to use us as a battery for her feminist movement. That's
Mhm.
not our movement. It's not our movement.
It
Matter
ain't
of
all
fact,
right.
we're the ones who sit on the throne. It's not our husband. We gave him the authority. We the one give him the authority. But and we even see this in our family structure.
Hmm.
Child want a cookie, go to daddy. He said, "What your mama say?"
Right.
She go,
Oh, get them.
so I mean that's just the structure. You ain't finna go ask your mama. I mean, and it's even in our family structure. Government is in our family structure. So our women rule the household.
Hmm.
Period. That's on period. And so um we just got to understand that's not our battle. That's not our fight. And I believe the only women who are melanated or that's running out there fighting this battle are probably gay women themselves. Are they very ill informed because ain't no melanated man got his foot on your neck stopping you from raising to the high to the top of the ceiling. They not. They
Hmm.
don't have they don't have that power.
Hmm.
So I mean, actually, financially, we as melanated women have been better off than our men. That they the ones got their foot on our men neck, and I just don't see why how people don't see that.
Right. And that's what
You
that
know,
little gesture about kneeling that Kaepernick do. That shit ain't got nothing to do like we thought it did. It shit got nothing to do with being politically and taking a stand for black people. That shit is actually a ritual, people. It's a
right?
ritual. Do your history research on look up the state seal of, I think it's the state of Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Virginia. Let's check it out, because what it is, hold on. State seal. And you're gonna see the woman is standing right on the neck of a brother or something to that effect. Well, they changed it, as you can see right here. But it's the original picture. They kneeling down, but they've changed it, as you can see. They probably changed it after George Floyd whole thing, but it was previously them kneeling on the neck of something. but you
Okay,
still get to see it.
exactly. So I mean, and you can clearly tell that this individual is,
Mm-hmm.
darker.
Yeah.
And what is this Latin that's on here?
Right.
Yeah, let's see.
See how this is like, you see what I mean, Pete? You know, so
So,
it's just
and this was one of my theories. This was one of
mm-hmm.
my theories. I don't even know. I'll tell you later. I don't feel comfortable saying it on the internet, but
Gotcha.
we'll talk about that later,
Yeah.
and then we'll see if I was right or wrong after the
Okay.
third.
Gotcha.
But as you can see, this is the Albion. She got a problem with her man.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make pictures with us on no man's tag having our foot, our knee, or nothing on any man.
Oh shit. And you
You
see
know,
that? Oh my god. This is even, do y'all you see this is
right? I
red,
see the fast.
the feds on the ground. That's, I don't know. Is this even worse? Hold on. Yo. Okay, so they didn't took it from the lady standing on top of the person, but what they did leave behind, they left the feds behind. You see that, folks?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're trying to get y'all to
What's
understand.
that on the ground? What's that on the
Right.
ground with it?
The guns.
Pointing to the head.
Mm-hmm. Going straight
Wow.
to the head like an X. But it's trying to say that they shot you in the back, twice from both angles. Got bullets going through you like an X. And left your
Mm-hmm.
feds on the ground after they'd have killed you. See, y'all gotta understand symbology, folks. You looking for folks to speak and say words and shit and verbally say things to you. Look at the artwork. Go to look at these museums, these art museums. It's right on the wall, people, in these paintings. Use your eyes. We say it all the time on the Drop Squad show. Those who have what? Eyes to see, ears to hear. We mean that, folks. It's the truth. Go ahead, sis. My bad. I didn't mean to cut in on you.
Oh no, I'm just looking, honey. I'll be like
Yeah,
these folks, so they be showing out. That's all I'm saying.
they
They
blatant
be
with
showing out.
right. They blatant with it on purpose. Look what they got up here. I can tell that this guy is a man, but I'm not sure over here on the left with the yellow. Is that a man or a woman?
I don't know, but back then, it's probably a male.
Probably.
Hmm.
Let me,
They wouldn't have showed a woman in their woman in pants.
you think?
Uh huh.
You see.
Not on no seal, stay seal. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's just West Virginia, folks, but it's still the same sentiment. It's not Virginia state, but it's still, you see what I mean, people? It's still the same.
Hmm.
It's still the exact same message standing right on top of us. See, they know what they doing. It's just what we want y'all to do is just be
Blow that up so I can
mindful.
see it.
Let me see. Okay. We just want y'all to be mindful a little more out here. That's what we here for at the Drop Squad. We just want y'all to think.
Oh, okay. I see it. They still got it on the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we gonna end it. We did a good job tonight, y'all. Those who listen later on, rocking with us, we appreciate y'all as always. But yeah, we gonna leave it right here. It's about that time. It's a good time to stop. But yeah,
Excellent.
I want to thank my sister Faye, my co-host for the night, Drop Squad member, A1 Day One member. Want to thank you as always being here with me, sis.
Oh,
And
no problem, honey. I think that we had a good show. I mean, I just want people, to look at the issues before they go cast their ballot, this vote that they, about to participate in.
yeah,
So, just be mindful. If you're gonna be in it, you need to be in it.
Mm,
All the way, be informed.
on the way. If you really gonna be in these politics streets like this, I want to see y'all on y'all history tips as well. Cause it don't make no sense that y'all only want to be political when it's every 4 years when it's time to vote for a president or some shit. That shit, it's 2020. So from here on out, if y'all gonna be really on this and hardcore about it, I expect y'all to be out here really on y'all P's and Q's. That's all I'ma leave saying.
All right, then. Like you said, I believe this was a good show. Of course, we missed Oliver and Yachida and David, and I hope we did Yachida proud when we went back and said alleged.
Allegedly. This is straight for you, yay. He was giving me such a hard time earlier today. But I love it. I love my brother. He always makes sure I stay on my P's and Q's and we always on point with everything. So I got everything done before the show tonight. So I'm a little proud of myself. So hey, we got our Patreon page. We're still setting up everything, folks. Check back in with us Wednesday, and for sure we should have everything on the up and up. Officially, we do have our official Instagram page is now up and running with the Drop Squad Live show. So we do have that. I'll leave that in the description and everything else. Once this is on YouTube, whatever, follow, like, subscribe, and yeah. As always, I love tonight, yo. I feel like this was a ladies' night, and so I really like the vibe of it. So I want to thank my sister Faye. Hopefully, we can do this ladies' night thing again. If our brothers is not here, we hold it down, me and her together, and just as the empresses, we hold it down. So this
That's
is
right.
it happened. Everything happens for a reason. I've noticed with this show, and when one person can't make it, another person is here with me, and so it's I'm learning to appreciate that. I'm seeing what you're doing out there, Allah. I'm seeing you. I see you move and hey.
You a mess. Well,
Yeah.
all right then. Well, until next time,
Yes, yes.
everyone stay well, stay safe, and stay informed. And I will see y'all soon.
Yes, yes. We are the Drop Squad. We love y'all. And good night.
Good
Peace.
night.
See y'all later.